no diary, Cecily. I really don't see why you should keep a diary at all. I keep a diary in order to enter the wonderful success of my life. If I didn't write them down, I should probably forget all about them. Memory, my dear Cecily, is the diary we all carry about with us. Yes, but usually chronicles things that have never happened and couldn't possibly have happened. I believe that memory is responsible for nearly all the free-volume novels that music sends us. Do not speak slightly of the free book novels, Cecily. I wrote one myself in the earlier days. Did you really, Miss Prism? How wonderfully clever you are! And was your novel ever published? Alas, no. The manuscript was unfortunately abandoned. I use this word in the sense of lost or misread. To your work, child, these speculations are profitless. But I see the dear Dr. Chasuble coming up from the garden. Dr. Chasuble, this is indeed a pleasure.
And how are we this morning? Miss Prism, I trust what?
Miss Prism has been just complaining of a slight headache. I think it would do her so much good to have a short stroll with you in the park, Dr. Chasuble.
Cecily, I have not mentioned anything about the headache.
No, dear Miss Prism, I know it, but I felt instinctively that you had a headache. In fact, I was thinking about that, and not about my German lesson when the rector came in.
Cecily, I hope you are not inattentive.
Oh, I'm afraid I am.
That is strange. When I'm fortunate to be Miss Prism pupil, I will hang up upon her lips. I spoke metaphorically. My metaphor was drawn from peace. Cecily, your Uncle Ernest has not returned from town yet.
We do not expect him till Monday afternoon. Dr. Chasuble, after I think about it, I realize I have a headache after all. Would you join me in the stroll in the park?
Of course.
Mr. Ernest Worthing has just driven over for the station. He has got his luggage with him.
Mr. Ernest Worthing, Alabama B4, Uncle Jack's brother. Did you tell him that Mr. Worthing was in town?
Yes, miss. He seems so much disappointed.
Ask Mr. Ernest Worthing to come here. I suppose you had better talk to the housekeeper about the room for him.
Yes, miss.
I have never met any really wicked person before. I feel rather frightened. I am so afraid that he will look just like anyone else. He does.
You are my little cousin Cecily, are you sure?
You are under some strange mistake. I am not little. In fact, I believe I am more than 24 for my age. You, as from your card, are Uncle Jack's brother, my cousin Ernest. My wicked cousin Ernest.
Oh, I'm not really wicked at all. Cousin Cecily, you mustn't think that I am wicked.
Is that so? Then you've certainly been deceiving us all in a very inexcusable manner. I hope that you've not been leading a double life, pretending to be wicked and being really good all the time. That would be hypocrisy.
Oh, I have been rather reckless.
I am glad to hear it.
That is why I want you to inform me. You might take the tuition if you don't mind, cousin Cecily.
Oh, I'm afraid I have no time this afternoon.
Well, would you mind my reforming myself this afternoon?
It would be rather quixotic of you, but I think you should try.
I will. I feel better already.
Well, you look a little worse.
That's because I'm hungry.
Oh, how heartless of me. I should have remembered that when one is going to lead an entire new life, one requires regular and wholesome meals. Won't you come in?
You are like a pink rose, Cecily.
Oh, I don't think it can be right for you to speak to me like that. Miss Prism never says such things to me.
Then Miss Prism is a short-sighted lady. The prettiest girl I ever saw.
Miss Prism says that all good looks are a snare.
They are a snare that every sensible man would like to be caught in.
Oh, I don't think I would care to catch a sensible man. I would not know what to speak to him about.
You are too much alone with Dr. Chasuble. You should get married. A misanthropy I can understand. A woman-trophy never. You do not seem to realize, dear doctor, that by persistently remaining single, a man converts himself into a permanent public temptation. Men should be more careful. This very celibacy leads to vessels astray.
But is a man not equally attractive when married?
No married man is ever attractive, except to his wife.
And often, I've been taught, not even to her.
Oh, this depends on the intellectual sympathies of a woman. Young women agree. I spoke metaphorically. My metaphor was driven from fruits. Mr. Worthing,
Mr. Warwick,
that is indeed a surprise. I did not look for you till Monday afternoon.
I have returned sooner than I expected. Dr. Chasuble, I hope you are well.
dear Mr. Warwick, I hope this sadness on your face wasn't for some terrible disaster.
My brother,
More shameful deaths and extravagance.
Still living his life of pleasure.
dead,
Your brother Ernest dead.
quite dead.
What a lesson for him. I trust he will profit by it.
Dear Mr. Warwick, I offer you my sincere condolence.
Poor Ernest, he has many faults, but it is a sad, sad blow.
Very sad, indeed. Were you with him at the end?
No, he died abroad, in Paris in fact. I got a telegram last night from the manager of the Grand Hotel.
What's the cause of death mentioned?
Severe chill, it seems.
As a man sows, so shall he reap.
None of us is perfect.
Dr. Chasuble, I suppose you know how to Christian, all right? I mean, you are continually Christianing, aren't you?
This is, I regret to say, one of rector's most content duties in parish. I've often spoken to the poorer class on the subject, but they do not seem to know what a thrift is.
But is any particular infant in whom you are interested in, Mr. Warwick? Your brother Ernest was married, was he not?
Oh, yes.
Men who live entirely for pleasure usually are.
But it is not for any child, dear doctor. No, I am very fond of children. The fact is, I would like to be Christian myself this afternoon, if you have nothing else to do.
But surely, Mr. Warwick, have you been Christian already?
I don't remember anything about it.
But have you any grave doubts on the subject?
I certainly intend to have. Of course, I don't know if the thing would bother you in any way, or if you think I am a little too old now.
The sprinkling, and indeed, the immersion of adults is a perfectly canonical practice.
Oh well, I might trot about 5:30 then, if that will suit you.
Admirable, admirable. And now, dear Mr. Warwick, I will not intrude any longer into the house of sorrow. I am merely begging not to be too much bogged down my grief. What seem to us bitter trials are very often blessing in disguise.
Uncle Jack! Oh, I'm so pleased to see you. Why these horrible clothes? What's the matter, Uncle Jack? Do look happy. You look as if you had a toothache, and I've got such a wonderful surprise for you. Who do you think is waiting in the dining room? Your brother.
Who?
Your brother Ernest. He arrived about half an hour ago.
What a nonsense. I haven't got a brother.
Oh, don't say that, Uncle Jack. However bad you may have behaved to in the past, he is still your brother. You wouldn't be so heartless as to disown him. I'll tell him to come out, and you will shake hands with him, Uncle Jack. Won't you?
My brother is in a dining room? I think it is perfectly absurd.
Brother John, I have come down from town exactly to tell you that I am very sorry for all the trouble I have given you, and that I intend to lead a better life in future.
Uncle Jack, if you don't shake hands with Ernest, I will never forgive you.
Never forgive me.
Never, never, never!
Well, this is the last time I shall ever do it.
It's pleasant, isn't it, to see so perfectly reconciliation. I think we might leave the two brothers together.
Cecily, you will come with us.
Yes, Miss. My test of reconciliation is over.
You have done beautiful actions lately, child.
You must not be premature in indulgence. I feel very happy.
Algie, you young scoundrel, you must get out of this place as soon as possible. I do not allow any bumbering here.
I have put Mr. Ernest's working things in the room next to yours, sir. I suppose it is all right.
What?
Mr. Ernest's things, sir. I have unpacked it and put it into the room next to your own.
His things?
Yes, sir. 3 portmanteaus, 2 hat boxes, and a large basket.
I am afraid I can't stay for more than a week this time.
Merriman, order the dog cart at once. Mr. Ernest has been called back to town suddenly.
Yes, sir.
What a fearful lie, Bartczak. I haven't been come to town?
You have.
I didn't hear anyone calls me.
Your duty as a gentleman calls you back.
My duty as a gentleman has never interfered with my pleasures with the smallest degree.
I can quite understand that.
Well, Cecily is a darling.
You are not to talk about Cecily like that. I do not like it.
I'm in love with Cecily, and that is everything. But I have to see her before I go and make arrangements for another Bangari. Oh, there she is.
Oh, I merely came back to water the roses. I thought you were Franklin Jack.
He's going to send me a dog cart.
Oh, is he going to take you for a nice drive?
He's going to send me away.
Will you have to part?
I'm afraid so. It's a very painful party.
It is always painful to part from people who one has known for a very brief space of time. The absence of old friends one can enjoy with equality, but even a momentary separation with anyone to whom one has been just introduced is almost unbearable.
Thank you.
The dog cart is at the door, sir.
Tell it to wait for 5 minutes.
Yes, miss.
I hope, Cecily, I shall not offend you, as if I state quite frankly and openly that you seem to me to be in every way a visible personification of absolute perfection.
Well, I think your frankness is a great credit, Ernest. If you will allow me, I will copy your remarks into my diary.
Do you really keep a diary, Cecily? I'd give anything to look at it. May I?
Oh no! You see, it's simply a very young girl's record of her own thoughts and impressions, and consequently meant for publication. But pray, Ernest, do not stop. I delight in that invitation. I have reached absolute perfection. You can go on. I am quite ready for more. Oh, but do not cough, Ernest. When one is dictating, one should always speak fluently and not cough. Besides, I do not know how to spell a cough.
Cecily, ever since I first looked upon your wonderful, incomparable beauty, I have dared to love you, widely, passionately, devotedly, hopelessly.
Oh, I don't think it can be right for you to say that you came to love me widely, passionately, devotedly, hopelessly. Hopelessly doesn't seem to make much sense, does it?
Cecily.
The dog cart is waiting, sir.
They to come round next week at the same hour.
Yes, sir.
I love you, Cecily. You will marry me, won't you?
Of course, you see, boy. Why? We've been engaged for the last 3 months.
For the last 3 months?
Well, ever since Uncle Jack first confessed to us that he had a younger brother, but was very wicked and bad, I dare say it was foolish of me, but I fell in love with you, Ernest.
And how did you become engaged? So, when was the engagement actually settled?
On February the 14th. And here is the box in which I keep all your dear letters.
But, my dear Cecily, I have never written you any letters.
You need hardly remind me of that, Ernest. I remember only too well that I was forced to write your letters for you. I wrote 3 times a week and sometimes oftener.
Oh, can I read them?
Oh no, I couldn't possibly let you. It would make you far too conceited.
The perfect angel you are, Cecily.
My dear romantic boy, I hope your eyelashes curl naturally, do they?
Oh, of course, darling, with a little help of others.
I am so glad. You must not laugh at me, darling, but it has always been a girlish dream of mine, to love somebody with the name of Ernest. There is something in that name that produces absolute confidence. I pity any poor married woman whose husband is not called Ernest.
But do you mean, Cecily, that if I had some other name, you could not love me?
But what name?
Oh, any name you like. Algernon, for instance?
But I do not like the name of Algernon.
Well, my dear, sweet, little, dear Cecily, I don't know why you should object to the name of Algernon. It is not at all a bad name. In fact, it is rather an aristocratic name. More than half of chaps who get into the bankruptcy court are called Algernon. But seriously, Cecily, if my name was Algie, couldn't you love me?
I might respect you, Ernest. I might admire your character, but I'm afraid that I wouldn't be able to give you my undivided attention.
I have to see you, Rector, on the most important question. I mean, on the most important business. I shall not be away for more than half an hour.
Considering that we've been engaged for the last 2 months, and we've only met today for the first time, I think it is rather hard for you to leave me for such a long period of time, like half an hour. Could you make it 20 minutes?
I'll be in no time.
What an impetuous boy he is. I like him so much. I must enter his proposal in my diary.
Miss Fairfax has just called to see Mr. Worthing. A very important business, Miss Fairfax states.
Miss Fairfax, ask her to come here.
Yes, miss.
I suspect one of the good elderly women who are associated with our project in kind of his philanthropic work in London. I quite don't like people who are interested in philanthropic work. I think it is so forward of them.
Miss Fairfax.
May let me introduce myself to you. My name is Cecily.
Cecily Cardew, a very sweet name. I think that we are going to be great friends. I may call you Cecily, may I not?
Oh, if you wish.
And you will always call me Gwendolen, won't you?
With pleasure.
Then there's all quite settled, isn't it?
I hope so.
Cecily, Mama, whose views on education are remarkably strict, has brought me up to be extremely short-sighted. So would you mind my looking at you through my glasses?
Oh, not at all, Gwendolen. I am very fond of being looked at.
You're here on a short visit, I suppose.
Oh no, I do live here.
Really? Your mother, no doubt, or any female relative of advanced years reside here also.
Oh no, I have no mother, nor in fact any relations.
Indeed.
My dear guardian, with the assistance of Miss Prism, has the earliest task of looking after me.
Your guardian?
Yes, I am Mr. Worthing's ward.
That's strange you never mentioned to me that he had a ward. How secretive of him. I'm bound to state that now that I know that you are Mr. Worthing's ward, I cannot help expressing a wish you were, well, just a little bit older than you seem to be, and not quite so very alarming in appearance. In fact, if I may speak candidly,
Pray do. I believe when one has something unpleasant to say, one should always stay quite candid.
well, to speak with a perfect candidness, I wish we were fully 42, and more than usually plain for your age. Ernest has a strong, upright nature, but even men of the noblest possible moral character are extremely susceptible to the influence of the physical charms of others.
I beg your pardon, did you say Ernest?
Yes.
But it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is my guardian. It's his brother, his elder brother.
Ernest never mentioned to me that he had a brother.
I am sorry to say that they have not been on good terms for a long time.
Oh, that accounts for it. Of course, you're quite sure that it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who's your guardian?
Quite sure. In fact, I'm going to be his.
I beg your pardon?
Dearest Gwendolen, there is no reason to make a secret of it to you. Mr. Ernest Worthing and I are engaged to be married.
Dear Cecily, I think there must be some slight error. Mr. Ernest Worthing is engaged to me.
I think there might be some mistake. Mr. Ernest proposed to me exactly 10 minutes ago.
It is certainly very curious, for he asked me to be his wife yesterday afternoon at 5:30. If you would care to verify the incident, pray do so. I never travel without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read in the train. Dear Cecily, I am so sorry if it is any disappointment to you, but I am afraid I have the prior claim.
Dear Gwendolen, it would distress me more than I can tell you if it causes you any mental or physical anguish, but I feel bound to point out that ever since Ernest proposed to you, he must have clearly changed his mind.
From the moment...
Shall I lay the tea here as usual, miss?
Yes, as usual. tea, Gwendolen?
Yes, please. Detestable girl. But I require tea.
Sugar?
No, thank you. Sugar is not fashionable anymore.
Cake or bread and butter?
Bread and butter, please. Cake is not fashionable anymore. It's rarely seen in the best houses nowadays.
Merriman? Merriman?
Yes, miss?
Hand this to Miss Fairfax.
You have filled my tea with lumps of sugar, and though I asked most distantly for bread and butter, you have given me a cake. I am known for the gentleness of my disposition and for the extraordinary sweetness of my nature. But I warn you, Miss Carey, you may go too far.
To save my poor, innocent, trusting boy from machinations of any other girl, there are no lengths up to which I would not go.
From the moment I saw you, I distrusted you. I knew you were false and deceitful. My first impressions of people are invariably right. Ernest, my own Ernest.
Gwendolen, darling.
A moment. May I ask if you are engaged to be married to this young lady?
To Cecily? Of course not. What could have put such an idea into your pretty little head?
Thank you. You may.
Oh, I knew there must be some mistake. Miss Fairfax, the gentleman whose arm is at present around your waist, is my dear guardian, Mr. John Willoughby.
I beg your pardon?
With his uncle Jack.
Jack! Oh!
This is Ernest.
My own love.
A moment, Ernest. May I ask you, are you engaged to be married to this young lady?
What young... Good heavens, Gwendolen!
Yes, to God heavens, Gwendolen.
Of course not, darling. What could have put such an idea to your pretty little head?
Thank you. You may.
I thought there must be some slight error, Miss Carey. The man who started embracing you is my cousin, Mr. Algernon Moncrief.
Algernon Moncrief? Are you called Algernon?
I cannot deny it.
Is your name really John?
I cannot deny it.
A gross deception has been practiced on both of us.
My poor wandered Cecily.
My sweetly wronged Gwendolen.
You will call me a sister, won't you?
There is just one question I would like to be allowed to ask my guardian.
An admirable idea, Mr. Worthing. There is just one question I would like to be allowed to put to you. Where is your brother Ernest? We are both engaged to be married to your brother Ernest, so there is a matter of some importance to us to know where your brother Ernest is at the present.
Cecily, Gwendolen, I will tell you quite frankly that I have no brother Ernest. I have no brother at all.
No brother at all?
None.
Had you never a brother of any kind?
Never, not even of any kind.
I'm afraid it is quite clear, Cecily, that neither of us is engaged to be married to anyone.
It is not a very pleasant position for a young girl to suddenly find herself in, is it?
Let us go into the house. They will hardly venture to come after us.
No, men are so cordial, aren't they?